Hey everybody, Ash here for the Triple S League. So here are both endings of Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. Yes, looks like there's only two. It basically comes down to your choice at the end. Obviously, this is going to contain major spoilers for the game. I'm going to show you both of the endings, and then I will give some commentary afterward.
The void is stripping it away.
Dowd? Why are you here? What are you?
Look at us. Trapped here. An eternity on a butcher's block. Waiting for the knife to fall. There's nothing left of me but this.
Dowd. I'm here. Look at me.
I know that name. I know you. There was blood. And masks and blades raised. Billy Lurk. I even remember when you hated me. And now you followed me into the void itself. You brought the knife. I can't hurt him. There's nothing I can do. Only you can kill him. How long have I waited here?
Too long, old man.
There he is. The outsider. All this time dreaming in the void. I wonder if he dreamed about this moment. Go finish it. End his miserable life.
He almost looks like he's in pain. Is this really what you want? Is this really what he deserves?
You know how this ends, Billy. Billy Lurk. You were the knife in my right hand. Until you were the knife in my back.
I found another way. The outsider lived and breathed once. He spent his days on the streets of some forgotten city. These cultists took everything away from him. Even his name. But I know what it is. His name is the mark. Only the dead can read it. If we give that back to him, he'll be free. He'll live out the rest of his days as a man like any other.
The mark? No. You're here to kill him. You can't ask me to do this, Billy. Not after everyone he's hurt. Not after everything we've done.
Why is he to blame for what we did? He gave us a way to fight back. He never lied to us about what we might become.
You know what I became. We looked down on Dunwall as if we owned it. As if we could drown it in blood. Wow. He knew we'd turn into monsters like him. He always knew. And his Billy, he can't do anything but harm.
I saw the cult who hurt him. He died once at their hands. Look at him. This wasn't his choice. He never asked for this power.
Then end it. Put him out of his misery if you pity him. It's a better future than anything that might wait for him out there.
But does he have to die? Years ago, I did something terrible to you. I didn't deserve to live. But you let me walk away. You gave me a chance. Let him live, Dowd. Let him have the life he lost. Like you did for me.
When you left Dunwall, I hoped you could live a better life without me. That your future wouldn't be killing for coin until someone came to betray you. Forgiveness is a rare thing in this world, Billy. You're better than I was.
Dowd.
Farewell, Billy. For the last time.
voice in my ear. You have done something impossible.
We let you live. I can take you out of here.
These eyes were closed for centuries, and I saw everything. Bound here, I walked through the minds of generations. And now,
You're free. I can't take back what was done to you all those years ago. No more than I can take back what was done to me. But now you have a chance to be something new. To be something better. It must be strange knowing what you know. Seeing with old eyes all the secrets of the world. We've both seen the worst in people's hearts. But in the end, I gave Dowd peace. And maybe you can find some too. There's so much doubt, but there are some things I know are true. The outsider is no more, and with that, the world will change in ways none of us can know. But the void is still there, echoing just beyond what you can see. And there's no one left to say who will and won't be touched by its magic.
The noise I hear.
Dowd? Why are you here? What are you?
Look at us. Trapped.
This is how it ends. This is how it always ends.
I see. There are no choices left.
It's done. You've cut away the knot at the center. The rest will fall to pieces. The world will finally change.
The world might change, but we won't. Killers never change. What happened is what had to happen. Maybe it's not fair, but I can't think of much that is. I know the guilty never get what they deserve. I know the black-eyed bastard never did. But with that knife in his heart, I've evened the score. He died for the people twisted by his magic, the cults, witches, and killers. For all the madness and chaos they caused. For Dowd, for me. And after all this, I'm still just a murderer. There's so much doubt, but there are some things I know are true. The outsider is no more, and with that, the world will change in ways none of us can know. But the void is still there, echoing just beyond what you can see. And there's no one left to say who will and won't be touched by its magic.
I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about Death of the Outsider, most of which I'm going to save for the time being, but I do want to touch on this one point. Which of these endings is good and which is bad? Or are they both bad? Are they both good? Is there a moral or ethical conundrum here? The outsider himself appears to be morally indifferent, and many people, myself included, would say that that's actually evil. Others might argue that the only reason he is this way is because he was taken as a child and turned into a deity before his moral compass had a chance to fully develop, and I would also agree that there's some truth to that. So the question becomes, does he deserve a second chance? Is he morally culpable for the things he's done? He certainly expressed no remorse for them, although for all his interactions with Billy Lurk throughout the game, at no point does he try to stop her, and in fact, he actually appears to help her out in some ways, even knowing that her quest is to end his existence. Could this be seen as evidence of guilt or remorse for some of the things he's done? We don't get a clear picture of that. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this in the comments below, but here's my opinion. If you saw my video on the ending of Prey, I argued in that video that Prey didn't have a good ending. In this video, I'm going to argue that Dishonored Death of the Outsider doesn't have a bad ending. I consider the best ending to be the one where Billy spares the outsider and releases him from the void. Not because it's an act of mercy on Billy's part, but because it is the one ending which gives the outsider a definitive choice. We don't know what kind of person he would have been had he not been sacrificed by a cult and turned into a godlike being, and we don't know what effect that had on the development of his character. While the outsider is very well spoken, he does appear to enjoy sowing chaos. He appears to enjoy pushing boundaries and testing things and doing things just to see what will happen, without much regard for the morality or the consequences of those decisions. These are all characteristics of somebody who hasn't reached full intellectual and emotional maturity. So even though he knows a lot of stuff and speaks very eloquently, there may have been part of him that was permanently stuck in childhood for all of the thousands of years that he ruled the void. Returning him to the real world as a human being is the one ending that gives him his freedom to choose what kind of person he's going to be, and I see that as the best ending. However, we don't know what kind of effect his thousands of years in the void is going to have on him after he returns to human form. Will he ever see human beings as something more than his personal playthings or as chattel to be used for his pleasure? And what kind of a tortured existence might it be to go from semi-omnipotence down to being a human being again? From this perspective, killing the outsider could also be considered a good ending. There's a lot of risk involved with leaving him alive, and as I said earlier, it seems like dying is what he wants. If he's released into the real world, stripped of his powers, there's no telling what he might do in an attempt to try and get those powers back. So I see a huge moral gray area here, and while I do think leaving the outsider alive is the best ending, especially for Billy's sake, because it gives her the opportunity to define herself as more than just a killer, I think there's good arguments on both sides in terms of which ending is actually better. But I feel like there's a massive option that they left out here, and that is, what if you do neither? What if you ignore what Dowd wants and just leave the outsider alone? What would happen then? I'm inclined to see that as a bad ending, considering the outsider's unpredictability and his tendency to cause chaos. But if you're going to remove the outsider from the void, what's going to take his place? The void is a place that's not satisfied with being a vacuum. It wants an entity to rule and to be its deity. So what's going to come after the outsider? Will it possibly be something worse or something that is definitively and unquestionably evil? Is it better to stick with the devil you know rather than the one you don't know? I'm going to leave it at that, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton when you do that. Check out this video. It's one of our favorite things that we've done so far on our channel. And here's some more stuff you might like.